I'll admit something I'm not proud of. For years, I believed a lie about the Philippines that I didn't even realize was living inside my head. I thought Filipinos only spoke basic English. Simple greetings, short conversations. Nothing too deep. I never questioned it, never challenged it, never even thought twice. Until one unexpected moment completely shattered everything I thought I knew. It happened on an ordinary afternoon in Manila, with noise everywhere and people rushing past me, when suddenly a single voice cut through the crowd, so clear, so sharp, so perfectly delivered that it made me freeze mid-step. At first I thought it was a foreign tourist. The pronunciation was clean, the tone confident, the flow natural. But when I turned around to see who it was, my stomach dropped. It wasn't a foreigner, it wasn't someone trained abroad. It was a Filipino teenager in a school uniform, speaking English with a fluency that honestly embarrassed me for ever doubting this country. And in that instant, something in me snapped. My curiosity skyrocketed, my heart started pounding. Because if one voice could sound that good, what else have I been blind to about Filipinos? And what I discovered next shocked me even more. I tried to play it cool, but my eyes kept drifting back to them, and I couldn't help overhearing the conversation. They weren't just speaking English. They were debating, explaining, and analyzing like seasoned professionals. One of them was breaking down a science project step by step, using words and phrases I didn't even expect a teenager to know, while the other was asking questions that were thoughtful, precise, and incredibly well-structured. Their sentences flowed naturally, without hesitation, without accent struggles, without the awkward pauses I had unfairly assumed were normal for locals. Every word they spoke felt deliberate, intelligent, and confident. I leaned closer, almost holding my breath because I couldn't believe what I was hearing. And then it hit me. They weren't practicing or rehearsing. This was just everyday conversation, happening spontaneously in the middle of a crowded bus station. And I was witnessing it live. My disbelief turned into awe, and a small, embarrassed voice inside me whispered, "I have been completely wrong about Filipinos all this time." Then something even more unbelievable happened. One of them started explaining a complex topic about renewable energy, breaking down statistics, trends, and real-world examples with absolute clarity, like he had been preparing for this moment his whole life. The other jumped in, countering points, asking questions, and adding insights that were not just intelligent, they were world-class. Their voices were calm but commanding, each word precise, each argument structured perfectly, and their accent, practically neutral, clear enough that anyone from London to New York would understand without a second thought. I couldn't help but stare, my jaw dropping as I realized this wasn't luck or a one-time fluke. These two teenagers were mastering English at a level that could rival professionals anywhere in the world. And here I was, sitting in shock, wondering how I could have ever underestimated an entire country. In that moment, everything I thought I knew about Filipinos, about their capabilities, and about English fluency was being completely rewritten right in front of me. Later, as I walked away still trying to process what I had just witnessed, I started asking questions, doing research, and talking to locals. And that's when the truth hit me like a lightning bolt. This wasn't rare. This wasn't some one-off miracle. The Philippines has one of the largest English-speaking populations in the world, and English isn't just taught. It's lived. It's embedded in daily life, in education, in business, in media, and even in casual conversations. From call centers serving global clients, to nurses working abroad, to teachers, engineers, and pilots. English isn't just a second language here. It's a tool, a skill, a way to connect with the world. And suddenly, everything I had assumed, the stereotypes, the underestimations, the subtle doubts I had carried for years, crumbled in an instant. Their fluency wasn't borrowed, it wasn't forced, it wasn't exceptional because of foreign exposure. It was natural, cultivated, and consistent, honed by a culture that prizes education, resilience, and adaptability. I realized that when I thought I was just hearing two kids talk, I was actually witnessing decades of dedication, a system designed to empower, and a culture that thrives on global communication. And in that moment, a deep sense of humility washed over me, because I understood that what I had dismissed as basic English was actually a powerful skill that Filipinos wield every day, often underappreciated by outsiders like me. Every sentence, every word, every pause suddenly made perfect sense, not as an anomaly, but as a reflection of a nation quietly mastering the language of the world, in their own way, on their own terms, and with a confidence that could move mountains if given the chance to be seen and heard. As I tried to process everything, I noticed something that completely humbled me. One of the boys suddenly turned to me, noticing my lingering gaze, and politely asked, "Sir, do you need help finding your bus?" His tone was calm, respectful, and so confident that it immediately commanded attention without even trying. The way he spoke, articulate, precise, yet warm and natural, hit me like a punch straight to the chest. In that single simple sentence, he dismantled every stereotype I had ever carried about Filipinos and English. Here I was, a traveler, a visitor, even someone who thought they understood the world. And this young teenager, without knowing it, had just given me a masterclass in humility. It was not just about English anymore. It was about poise, intelligence, culture, and respect. Qualities that had been there all along, but that I had refused to see. I realized that Filipinos don't need to prove themselves to anyone. They simply live, work, and communicate with excellence every day, quietly defying misconceptions while staying humble. And in that moment, I felt a mixture of awe, embarrassment, and admiration. Because everything I had assumed about language, ability, and identity had been completely turned upside down by one small interaction in a crowded bus station. That brief encounter wasn't just a question. It was a revelation, a lesson, and a reminder that sometimes the world's brightest truths come in the quietest, most unassuming moments, and that it's high time we stop underestimating Filipinos, or anyone, based on appearances or outdated assumptions. What I realized after that moment didn't just change my view of English fluency. It changed my view of the Philippines, of culture, and of human potential. What I witnessed wasn't simply teenagers speaking English. It was the product of a nation shaped by resilience, creativity, and adaptability. A society where language is not just taught, but lived, refined, and mastered. Filipinos grow up immersed in English through education, media, and daily life. But it's more than technical skill. It's confidence, it's cultural pride, and it's a mindset that allows them to compete globally without needing validation. I started thinking about all the professionals I had met, the nurses, the pilots, the engineers, the call center agents, and how their fluency, professionalism, and articulate communication were not anomalies. They were part of a larger story, a testament to what a nation can achieve when it values education and embraces the tools of the modern world. Every conversation I overheard, every sentence spoken, was evidence of dedication, intelligence, and a quiet strength that outsiders rarely see. I realized that this skill isn't just about communication. It's about opportunity, empowerment, and breaking barriers, allowing Filipinos to succeed anywhere in the world while remaining humble, adaptable, and grounded. And as I walked away that day, my mind was racing, filled with awe and respect, thinking, if this is what I've been blind to in one crowded bus station, how many more stories, achievements, and hidden talents exist across the country that the world has yet to witness? That simple, fleeting interaction taught me that Filipinos don't just speak English, they shape it, master it, and use it to rise. And it made me understand that underestimating them is not just unfair. It's a mistake the world can no longer afford to make. It was a lesson I'll carry forever. Never judge, never assume, and always expect the unexpected. If this story has already surprised you, imagine how many more untold stories like this are happening every single day across the Philippines. Stories of talent, intelligence, resilience, and fluency that the world rarely sees but that are quietly shaping the future. And that's exactly why you cannot miss a single video on this channel. Because here we reveal the shocking truths, the hidden brilliance, and the inspiring realities that challenge everything you thought you knew. So right now, do not scroll past. Take a second to hit that subscribe button. Make sure you turn on notifications so you never miss a story that could change your perspective. And while you're at it, smash that like button if this blew your mind even a little. I want you to comment below what surprised you the most about this story. I read every single comment, and I want to know your reactions. Share this video with your friends, your family, your colleagues, anyone who thinks they know the Philippines or English, because what we just witnessed isn't just entertainment, it's education, it's revelation, and it's proof that the world still has a lot to learn. Every time you like, comment, share, and subscribe, you help this channel continue uncovering these powerful truths, And together, we're showing the world that Filipinos are not just fluent in English, they're masters of it, capable of competing anywhere, and ready to inspire everyone who takes the time to pay attention. So don't wait, don't hesitate. Subscribe, turn on notifications, like, comment, and share right now, because the next story might just shock you even more.